Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back inside the Reggie O'Brien Gymnasium for the third of four quarterfinal matchups here in the NVL Conference Tournament. Two teams have clinched spots in the semifinals. Waterbury Career Academy was victorious over Naugatuck in the opener, and the four-time defending state champion Sacred Heart Hearts continued their winning streak well over 100 games now with a win over Seymour. Now it's time for what in theory is going to be the most competitive game of the day, the 4 versus 5 matchup, featuring the 4th-seeded Torrington Red Raiders and the 5th-seeded Crosby Bulldogs. These teams played in the opening game of the season in Torrington, and Torrington was victorious, but this is a very different Crosby team. Crosby's won 4 in a row, playing their best basketball for Coach Nick Augelli. Sophomore point guard Justin Davis, joined by Marquise Days, Kerwin Prince, Tyler Spears, and Ramel Reed to round out Coach Augelli's starting lineup. Now for the 4th-seeded Red Raiders, coached by Eric Kamari. Jordan Henneberry. Joel Villanueva. Chris Jimenez. Richie Rodriguez and Dante Thomas. The Red Raiders are 14-6, 13-5 in the NVL. They've lost 2 straight, though. Alongside Dave Thoreau, Chris Gray's with you, and we'll be bringing you all the action for this one. Then we'll be back in 2 nights' time for the semifinals, and this matchup, the winner will take on Sacred Heart in the semifinals. Torrington, with a 1-game better record, will be the home team, wearing the home white uniforms with maroon trim, maroon numbers. Crosby wearing the road royal blue uniforms with red and white trim and white numerals trimmed in red. Prince, Days, Davis, Spears, and Reed, the starting 5 for Coach Augelli. Thomas, Rodriguez, Henneberry, Villanueva, and Jimenez are the starting 5 for Torrington. Crosby has notched 3 very impressive wins in their last 4 games, having beaten Holy Cross, St. Paul on the road in Bristol, and they also took down the previously 19-1 Prince Tech out of Hartford. All very impressive resume builders for the Bulldogs, as they, per usual for Coach Augelli, are peaking at the right time. Days will match up with Dixon for the tip. And it's controlled right to Spears. He goes to the bucket. Too strong, no. Kerwin Prince had a chance at the rebound, but a jump ball will be whistled for. Jordan Henneberry distributes to Rodriguez, loses it out of bounds, but it will stay with the Red Raiders with just 10 seconds having elapsed in this one. Richie Rodriguez will take the ball out of play. Can't get it in, deflected by Prince, right to Spears. Crosby will look to push it in transition. Davis, he can shoot it from NBA range, short, and the long rebound comes out for Richie Rodriguez. Rodriguez on the push. Trapped back outside. Thomas fakes the 3, pulls up from 15 feet, short. The rebound is there, but he lost it out of bounds, did Villanueva. Back to the Bulldogs, still scoreless. Davis missed a game last week with a minor wrist injury, but he's back in the starting lineup now. Ramel Reed pulls up from 16 feet, rattles around and out. Kerwin Prince, a man on the inside, misses the first time, but he gets it back and one. Kerwin Prince, as good of an offensive rebounder as there is in this league. He's averaging 18.2 points a game, second behind only Spears on the Bulldog roster. And Kerwin has a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play. Swishes that one home. It's 3-0. Bulldogs in front. Dixon leaves it for Henneberry. Rodriguez is stuck. Now he'll throw up a wide open shot from about 16 feet. He opens up the Torrington account. It's 3-2. Torrington playing a 2-3 zone to start things out. And Rodriguez with the steal. Rodriguez coast to coast off the window and in. So Rodriguez with back-to-back buckets gives Torrington their first lead. Ramel Reed with a set shot from three, rattles around and out. Prince again is in there on the offensive glass. And again, Kerwin secures another offensive rebound, and he's fouled on the reach-in. They'll get Rodriguez for his first. Kerwin Prince already with 3 offensive rebounds. Just 1:34 seconds. So Richie Rodriguez picks up his first, already the second team foul on Torrington. He'll stay in this 2-3 zone. Spears is a great shooter and a good athlete. Swings it around to Reed, back for Davis. He'll fire from the top of the key. Nothing but the bottom of the net. The sophomore point guard with the 3-ball. Spears with the takeaway, and he tight ropes the baseline. Reed drives baseline. A little lefty scoop shot doesn't go. The rebound's there for Dixon. Villanueva looking to push. Step through, lost it. Prince with the steal. Kerwin coast to coast. A lot of contact, no. The tip up is good for Davis. Quick timeout taken by Torrington. 5:42 to go in the first. Crosby on a nice run. They lead 8-4 here in the third quarterfinal matchup of the NVL tournament. Public address announcer just thanking the sponsors here during today's third game. Crosby looking to meet up with Sacred Heart in the semifinal for the second consecutive year. They've actually matched up with the Hearts 4 straight years in the NVL tournament. They inbound to Henneberry, and nearly a loose pass, but Rodriguez is able to save it. Back for Henneberry. The lefty sweeps to the bucket, lays it up and in. Nice play out of the timeout to get Henneberry open in some space, and he's a good athlete when he gets some momentum going towards the basket. Ramel Reed back for Davis. Spears fires from 3. That's off to the side. Rebound secure for Villanueva. Outlet pass, Henneberry misses the bunny. Reed underneath for Days, couldn't control it. Davis got there to save it. Now Justin trapped in the corner, snaps one over to Spears. Fakes back over to Davis. Wide open corner 3 is good. Justin Davis. He's got 8 points, just a sophomore. Henneberry fires a 3, that's short. The rebound for Spears. Tyler with the push. Davis feeling good. Ball fake, pulls up from the elbow. That one's too strong. Offensive rebound, Reed. Nice feed inside for Prince, and one. Kerwin Prince showing off his strength on the inside. It's all Bulldogs early. Prince and Davis have all 13 of the points for Crosby.
Substitution 14, Hunter Murphy.
Hunter Murphy into the game, replacing Villanueva. Not a lot of size for Torrington, so Prince should have a pretty big day as he rattles home the free throw. He's got 6 points on 2 3-point plays. And that one's blocked by Days over the bleachers. He got all of that one. One more game after this. Holy Cross will take on St. Paul to determine the 4th semifinalist. And a moving screen will be called. And that's going to be 2 on Rodriguez. Quickly, he will head to the bench, but they'll have to wait for a stoppage. Ramel Reed gives it to Davis. Spears inside for Prince. He's trapped and lost it on the baseline. Henneberry comes away with it for Torrington. Murphy, top of the key, Dixon. Rodriguez gets the screen from Dixon. They find Murphy in the corner. He drives baseline, offensive. No, a block is called. Boy, looked like he was going to call a charge and changed his mind on the fly. That's a tough break for Davis. First foul on the Bulldogs. That could have gone either way.
Murphy in the line, 2 shots. Crosby substitution number 13, Tariq Foggy.
Tariq Foggy checks in, replacing Ramel Reed. Crosby really only plays 6 or 7 guys on any given night. Sometimes they'll dip into as many as 8, but however, all 5 starters will be back next year. Prince with a nice move, gets all the way to the bucket for 2. Kerwin Prince, one of the most improved players in the league this year. Really coming into his own late. He's got 8 points. Murphy with the drive, a lot of contact, no whistle, offensive rebound. The putback is good for Dixon. 16-10, Torrington hanging around. Top of the key, 3. No good, offensive rebound. Prince too strong in there. He's got 10 points, all coming inside. Thomas is trapped, gets it to Dixon, a sweeping runner doesn't go. Tariq Foggy secures the rebound, leaves it for Justin Davis. Davis and Prince with all 18 points for Crosby. Davis fakes, Spears, corner 3, short, off the side of the backboard. Prince with another offensive rebound. Foggy for 3, short. Tip back out, and Davis saves the possession. Crosby dominating the offensive glass. Nice no-look feed and a block on Prince. Back in transition, Henneberry blocked by Spears. Back and forth we go. Davis kicks to Foggy, wide open, corner 3, too strong. Davis with another offensive rebound. That's at least 8 offensive rebounds here in the first 5.5 minutes. Days pulls up, that doesn't go. Murphy looked like he might have walked, kicks into the corner for 3, too strong, and Henneberry with a nice weak side rebound. And right to Spears. Spears in the open court, lays it up and in.
Spears.
Spears with his first bucket, it's 20-10. A lot of steps in there. Spears with the basketball. His team has a 10-point lead. Wide open is Davis. You can't leave him that open. I don't know what Torrington's doing defensively. They're giving Davis way too much space. That's his 3rd 3 ball. He's got 11 points, 23-10. There's an answer. Jimenez from downtown. It's Torrington's first 3. It's 23-13. Davis, why not? Everything but the bottom that time. Henneberry with the board. 3-on-1. Henneberry coast to coast, and he missed the layup. Second layup he's missed. Davis finds Spears with the step through. 3 ball. Over the backboard, not out of bounds. Ramel Reed and Jaquan Ballard check in. Marquise Days and Kerwin Prince to the bench. Torrington will bring Adrian Gonzalez into the game for the first time. This is Gonzalez. Stripped by Davis. What a play. Outlet pass for Spears. Spears goes up for the dunk. Can't get it to go, but he scores with the contact anyway. Spears with 4 points. What a play by Davis, having a great first quarter. Murphy with the ball fake. Looks to drive. Stripped. Ball on the deck. Ballard comes away with it. Bulldogs forcing all sorts of problems for Torrington's offense. Davis with the ball. 22 seconds left. Coach Augelli yells out one shot. They lead by 12. And they'll have the ball to start the second. Davis for three. Rattles around and out. And a fight for the rebound. 5 seconds left. Pulls up for three, and it's good. That's a big shot. That's good if it goes for Reed, and it's off to the side. So Thomas with a big three. Cuts the deficit to 9 after one. It's Crosby 25. Torrington 16 after one here at the Reggio Gym. We'll be back with more of the NVL Conference Tournament on your home for Waterbury High School basketball. Sky TV right after this. Second quarter here at the Reggio Gym, along with Dave Thoralt, Chris Grace with you. Crosby with the basketball and a 9-point lead. First possession of the second quarter. Tyler Spears for three. Pure Tyler Spears. He's got 7 points. Everything going the way of the Bulldogs. High arcing three ball, side of the rim. No. Day secures the rebound. Outlet pass for Spears. Thought about it. Takes a dribble. Davis. Nice move to the elbow, and he hits. Justin Davis, just a sophomore, exploding onto the scene tonight. 30-16. Thomas tries a tough contested three that doesn't go. That's tipped out of bounds. Looked like it was last touched by Spears, and it will be Torrington basketball. CJ Root checks in for the first time for Torrington. They play many more guys than Crosby does. Stripped by Reed. Outlet pass for Davis. Couldn't get it to go. Murphy. Feed. Layup too strong. Save though. Wide open three ball. Short, and Prince is there for the rebound. William Cook is also into the game for Torrington for the first time. Spears can't leave him that open for three. Doesn't make him pay that time, but Day secures the rebound. Marquise gets all the way to the bucket, and he's fouled. Or do they call that an offensive foul? No, they called it on Gonzalez, his first.
Marquise Days in the line, 2 shots.
Marquise Days, who's a pretty good free throw shooter with 2 attempts here. Swishes that one home. His first point. Really, he has probably the nicest looking stroke at the line on the whole team. That's really his perfect range. He's got a nice 15-foot and in game, and you can see there by him swishing home those 2 free throws, pretty automatic. 32-16. Too strong off the glass. Prince came away with it, had it poked, but right to Spears. Bulldogs looking strong. Davis from the wing for three. And it stays in off the top of the backboard, right to Days, who reverses for 2. And it is all going the way of the Bulldog. We've seen this story before. Stripped. Reed comes away with it. Ramel Reed. Bumped. Count the basket and one. Ramel Reed. What a difference he's made in this starting lineup in the Bulldogs. It's one-way traffic now, 36-16. Timeout Torrington. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick timeout with 5:58 to go in the first half. Bulldogs out in front big, 36-13. We're back on Sky TV alongside Dave Thoralt, Chris Grace with you. Here inside the Reggio Gym as Ramel Reed completes the three-point play to give the Bulldogs their biggest lead, 37-16. I've seen Crosby a lot of times this year, and this is the best they've looked by far. Marquis stays with the steal. Took it away from Root. Prince with the ball fake. Hangs, finds Spears, wide open. Can't hit from about 12 feet. Root with the long rebound will look to push. Nothing coming easily. A long three-ball, pure. Villanueva with a much-needed bucket for Torrington. They trim the margin to 18. Prince splits the D. Hangs, can't get it to go, but he's there on the rebound. Tie up is the call or a foul? Wow, they call that a tie-up. Possession arrow favors Torrington. Rodriguez is into the game, as is Foggy for Crosby. Pull up from the elbow, pure. Hunter Murphy with 4 points off the bench, cuts the deficit to 16. Ramel Reed pulls up, swish. Ramel Reed with the long two and a turnover. That was a big sequence there. Right as Torrington was starting to find their way on offense, Reed hits a tough jump shot, and then they force the turnover. It's really an unforced turnover. Ramel Reed to Foggy. Davis on the drive, throws up a floater short. Offensive rebound, the putback is good for Days. I'll tell you right now, Torrington just has no answer for the Bulldogs on the offensive glass, and that's an over and back. That's a big time unforced error there. Had an established position. Gotta say, this has been a pretty well officiated game so far, despite just the two-man crew. 41-21. Ramel Reed looks to drive. Hangs from 8. That's short, maybe partially blocked by Murphy. Up for Jimenez. Murphy with the crossover, nearly lost it. Rodriguez is bumped down the floor, and the foul will be called against Crosby. Marquis Days called for his first, just the second team foul on the Bulldogs. Playing with great discipline on both ends of the floor so far tonight. Fade away, short. Prince with the long rebound. Kerwin will look to push. Kerwin all the way to the bucket. Couldn't finish. Days with the offensive rebound, and he's bumped. Again, Crosby just dominating on the glass, especially on the offensive end. Murphy called for his first, team 7th, put Crosby in the bonus. And the wrong guy to send to the line. We saw that before. Days is now 3 for 3, and I don't think he's touched anything but the net on any of those 3 free throws. Henneberry back in replacing Murphy with 3:56 to go. It's a 21-point Bulldog lead. A rare miss at the line from Marquis. 3 ball is good. Nice looking stroke for Jimenez. That's his second 3. The 4th 3 that Torrington has hit. in the first half, and they still losing by 18. Spears with the answer. Not that time. Days, though, on the offensive glass, no. And Jimenez comes away with it. Jimenez splits Davis, lays it up and in. So Jimenez with 8 points to lead Torrington, cuts it to 16. Spears for Foggy. Tariq skips it back to Spears. Extra pass for Davis. Davis from the free throw line, no. Long rebound for Foggy, he hangs, no. Prince on the offensive glass, you bet. 3 offensive rebounds in one sequence, and they are just beating them up down low. Henneberry with the ball fake, looks to drive. Nearly taken away. Villanueva able to save it. Prince has 14 points. Nice strong take by Villanueva. Excuse me, Prince has 12. 44-28, 2:30 to go in the first half. Foggy. Tell you what, Crosby having no problems with this zone. From the elbow, Days. Pure. He's got 9 points. Balanced approach for Crosby tonight. And a push will be called. Just the 3rd team foul against the Bulldogs. They'll get Foggy for his first. Jordan Santos, the sophomore, checks in for the first time. Jordan Santos is slight in build, but he can really score the basketball. They go inside. The layup is good for Dixon. 46-30. Foggy to Days on the elbow. Extra pass. Santos fakes it. Pulls up from 15. Short. Somehow Prince able to fight, nearly get it back, and then Rodriguez comes away with it. Rodriguez with the push. And they pass it right to Prince. Prince coast to coast, Euro step off the glass and in. Kerwin Prince. Jump ball will be called. Coach Angeli wanted an offensive foul. Alternate possession will give it to Crosby. Crosby will hang half 100 in the first half with a bucket here. Davis thought about it for Santos. Santos back for Davis. Really surprised Torrington has played nothing but zone. Crosby, pretty good shooting team. Allows them free reign on the offensive glass. Foggy for Davis. Santos thought about it. Skips it to a wide open Foggy for 3. Short. It's a good possession, though, for the Bulldogs. In transition, pulls up from the free throw line. No. Davis skies for the rebound. 45 seconds left. Crosby with the basketball, an 18-point advantage. Torrington staying in this 2-3 zone. Santos for Days. Pulls up from the elbow. All around it. Santos with the offensive rebound. Davis. Nice ball fake. Skips one to Santos for 3. It's good. Jordan Santos, he can stroke it. It's a 21-point margin, 17 seconds left. Rodriguez on the drive, and a block will be called on Foggy. Not a bad foul, just the 4th team foul.
Crosby foul, number 13, Foggy, is 2nd team's 4th. Substitution.
Deontay Thomas checks in. He's actually Torrington's leading scorer at just over 13 points a game. Nice play on the inbounds to get a wide open layup for Gonzalez. 8 seconds left. Davis crosses the timeline with 5. He's going to pull up for a long 3. Got to get it away, and too late. No good, and that's about the only mistake Crosby made in the first half. They lead 51-32 at the break. Kerwin Prince with a big first half with 14 points. Justin Davis with 13 points, and Marquise Days chipped in with 9. Tyler Spears with 8, so a balanced affair in the first half for the Bulldogs. Too much for Torrington on the glass, and they hold a big lead at the break. We'll be back with some more stats from the first half and get you ready from the second half in just a bit from the Reggio Bryant Gymnasium. You're watching the NVL Conference Tournament on your home for Waterbury High School basketball, Sky TV. Crosby 51, Torrington 32 at the break. Welcome back to the Reggio Bryant Gymnasium. Start of the second half. Crosby with as good of a first half of basketball as they've played all season long, leading 51-32 over the fourth-seeded Torrington. And we have the pleasure of being joined by our host for the week, will be head basketball coach and athletic director, Alan Piccolo. It's great to have you here, Coach, and it's really great to have your perspective because you've seen both of these teams, and we have a lot we want to talk about. But just the first half in general, Crosby really looks like classic Coach Nick Augelli. They're really rounding into form.
Oh, definitely. They're playing much better than they started the year off when these guys met earlier in the year. It's not the same Crosby team.
Definitely not, and they're doing it with a lot of young guys. They're starting 5 guys who will be back next year. And I was just telling our great producer, Dave Thoralt, at halftime, I don't even take it for – I just take it for granted now that Coach Augelli's teams are going to be playing their best basketball at this time of year because it seems like it happens every season. Ramel Reed for 3, that's too strong. Spears with the weak side rebound, taken away. Nice play in the passing lane by Rodriguez, coast to coast for 2. Rodriguez has had a nice game for Torrington. It's going to be tough for Torrington with the type of tempo that they play to get back in this one, but they're going to have to do it with their outside shooting.
Right, and they're going to have to get some stops. Crosby's shooting the ball particularly well.
Particularly Davis, who knocks down another 3. Justin Davis, just a sophomore. What an impressive talent he is. He's got 16 points. That's his 4th three-pointer. A little surprised Torrington stayed in the zone the whole time. Seemed to be playing into Crosby's strengths, but that's the kind of really their DNA. They're a zone team.
Right, and it's you got to take, you come out and try to guard Crosby man-to-man. You got some problems there, too.
Yeah, really, Kerwin Prince, this guy right here on the offensive glass.
A monster.
He is just so talented, and he's really starting to figure it out. Gets Marquise Days involved. He's not settling for those outside jumpers anymore. He's really just turned into a heck of a player as a junior.
You're right. The last part of the year, he's really concentrated on playing inside and going to the boards, and he's a monster.
Second chance there, taken away by Davis. Something in the water over there at Crosby that they seem to produce 5'8", 5'7" point guards that can shoot the basketball, and Davis is the next one, clearly.
Yeah, we need to get some of that water over here at Wilby.
It really is amazing. You think about it. You go back to Anthony Ireland, and then, Jordan Booker was a really nice player. Last year they had Miguel Rivera, who was a really nice player. All guys who are, at best, 5'6", 5'7".
Absolutely, but they're all around. They've got the middle game. They've got the shooting guards and run the floor extremely well.
Jordan Henneberry with the bucket there for Torrington as they cut it to 18 points. Spears for 3, too strong. Ramel Reed with a tip out to Davis. And Torrington staying with this 2-3. Foul line, Marquise Days partially blocked, gets his own miss. Turnaround off the window, too strong. And that's going to be last touch by Crosby. Coach, what I've really noticed is Crosby is absolutely dominating the offensive glass. They've got to have about 20, 25 offensive rebounds, I bet. And, we're just
Easily.
2 minutes into the second half. How can Torrington, when you play a 2-3 zone, how can you adjust? You just have to find a man and try to block him out?
You got to have that mentality to go hard to the glass every time and find the guy every shot. But it's hard when you have a team like Crosby who sends 5 guys to the board hard.
That time Prince was there for the rebound but lost it out of play. We are joined by Coach Piccolo here at Wilby, also the athletic director here at Wilby, and they are a great host for us every year here at the Reggio Gym. A wild drive, and they're going to call what is the call there? A travel. Okay, looked like he was about to call a charge. That would have been the 3rd foul on him, so that's a good break for Torrington. Instead, it's just a travel. Coach, talk about this entire process here of the NVL tournament. As Henneberry comes away with the steal, nearly lost it, and he's able to get his second bucket to cut it to 16, and Torrington hanging around. Days in transition gets it to go. That's a big bucket. Talk about everything that goes into hosting 8 teams here.
Well, we've been doing it since the inception of the NVL tournament, and it's a great time. I enjoy it. It's a lot of work and getting everything set up, but it runs pretty smoothly. Fans are great, and it's always a great time.
Frantic pace, back and forth, teams with opportunities, and it ends up a foul on Spears, which will send Henneberry to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Henneberry.
Jordan Henneberry at the line, 2 shots.
Henneberry with 4 second half points. And he knocks home the first one.
Substitution number 13, Tariq Foggy.
One more to come for Jordan. Ramel Reed is replaced by Tariq Foggy. It's a 17-point game. It feels like much more than that, but the way that Torrington can shoot from the outside, Crosby has a tendency sometimes to get a little careless with the basketball. They can get right back in here. Still a lot of game left.
There is a lot of game left, and Torrington can fill it up just like Crosby can.
Spears short, but there you go again. Every time they need it, Kerwin Prince on the offensive glass, he's getting a big bucket.
He's been a monster.
He's got 16 points, almost all of them coming from inside of about 4 feet. I don't think he's taking a jump shot. I think they're all layups.
Well, he's been going to the boards extremely hard.
Gonzalez with the basketball, and Crosby's come out and, man, they played a lot of 2-3 this year, a lot of half-court 2-3, kind of like a trapping 2-3. They've settled back into their typical identity, and a good call, a late call, but a good call there, and the foul will send Thomas to the line. I think they're going to get Spears. Yeah, that's his second in the second half. Dante Thomas with 2 free throws. Knocks the first one down. Mentality has to be for Torrington to try to cut this to around 12, 10 points before the end of the third quarter
try
and
to
take
get
your
them 2
chances.
points at a time, but they need to get some stops on the defensive end, not allow all those offensive rebounds.
And he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Prince will bring it up the court. Davis. Foggy will try another 3, and this time he knocks it home. Tariq Foggy is into the score sheet with his first 3. Been very impressed with the ball movement from Crosby here today. They really are playing some great basketball. You look at their last 4 wins, 3 of which against really good teams. They took down Holy Cross, they took down St. Paul's on the road, and they beat a pretty good Prince Tech team. Who was 19-1 before that. So those are 3 pretty good wins here late in the season.
As you said, they're playing their best basketball, and this is the time that you want to be playing it.
Prince for Spears, unselfishly back to Prince. Great team basketball.
Great team basketball, yep.
Well, you got to love that as a coach, seeing that extra pass
absolutely.
there. And they're really doing it playing basically 6 guys.
Yeah, they got some other talent on the bench.
They do. They've got a couple other guys that play a little bit, but for the most part, it's just the 6. Here's Davis wide open. They got to get on him.
Yeah.
I mean, how many tears a timeout? How many times in a row are they going to leave him wide open? Justin Davis, the sophomore, with his 5th made 3. He's got 19 points, and the lead just like that is back to 25. How quickly did that change?
Well, they've got so many weapons that it's hard to guard everyone, and they're shooting the ball extremely well today.
So, Coach, back to these this actual event here at the Reggio Gym. For me personally, it is my favorite. It's my favorite part of the basketball season because you get better crowds than you do for any of the regular season games. You know, there's all sorts of issues with the timing of the games, whether it's a school night and it's late. But this is a Saturday. Everyone is free. It's a full day long. You get to see all the different schools. You get the private schools. You get the public schools. You get the Valley schools. Everyone here. You get to see all different crowds filtering in. Really, it's just a great day.
Yeah, it's a great event. People coming and going all day, seeing some great basketball. And I really look forward to Monday night's matchup.
And I was just going to say, then Monday night has really taken on a whole nother identity, which is like almost like this on performance-enhancing drugs, if you will. I mean, you're going to get two great matchups there. Nice cut inside, though, to pick out Murphy. He's got 6 points. Tell you what, every time Torrington's called a timeout, they've come out and gotten an easy bucket. Foggy picked up his dribble, might have shuffled his feet. Davis for 3.
Oh.
That one looked good, didn't go. Days, though, on the offensive glass, no. Another chance. Foggy is blocked. Days rips it down, and he's finally fouled.
Yeah, it's hard to get back into the game when you can't get defensive rebounds.
I know they're not a man team, but you almost think they need to go away from the zone a little bit just to have more accountability, because Crosby's just leaving guys on the weak side, and they're all alone, whether it's Days or Prince, just getting effortless weak side rebounds. I mean, uncontested.
Yeah, you got to pick your poison.
Yeah, I agree. The way they're shooting the basketball, though, I don't know. I mean, it's really tough. If a team's killing you on the glass and they're killing you from the outside, really,
yeah,
and you don't have much team size, what do you really have?
Yep.
What do you have to do? Days 1 for 2 at the line. Strong drive for Waterbury. It's a Torrington team that's had a really nice season, 14-6.
Yeah, very good season.
Spears with the ball fake. Feeds Days, lost it, got it back. Might have been in there for 3 seconds. Stripped out of bounds last touch. That's something you don't really see called in the high school game. The college game they've started to call a little bit more, but maybe
you don't see that called very often.
Not very. I don't know that I've seen one all season long. Back out to Kerwin. Extra pass for Davis. Under 2 minutes to play. Crosby with a 22-point lead here in the third quarter of our third quarter final matchup. Waterbury plays the passing lane. Unsure of it, and they'll say last touch by Waterbury. That's a tough break for Torrington. Thought it might have deflected off of Foggy. So for Monday night, Coach, the first game will start at what time?
5 o'clock.
And then a half hour after we'll have the next one.
Yep.
And do we know which matchup will be which, or is that still to be determined?
That's no, since Sacred Heart is the highest seed, they'll play at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
Versus the winner of this game.
Okay, great. And then you'll have Career versus the winner of Holy Cross and St. Paul.
Right.
At 5 o'clock, and a thunderous block by Spears. Right back to Dixon, and he misses the layup. Spears comes away with it. Spears is a deceptively really good athlete.
He is. He has great leaping ability.
He really does.
That's what makes them so hard to defend.
There he is for 3. He's a good shooter, too.
Sure is.
When he gets his feet set, he loves to shoot from the wing. Tyler Spears has been a difference maker for this team this year.
He is. He's really come on second half of the year.
A high arcing rainmaker is good. You know, I'm a little surprised Torrington hasn't attempted more threes. They've shot a pretty high percentage. Foggy with a quick shot. I think that's one of the first maybe quick shots they've taken all day, and an unforced error. Turnover.
I think you got to give some of the credit to the Crosby defense, too.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, no.
Shooters.
I've seen them maybe 6 or 7 times this year, and they are playing far and away their best basketball today. They're moving the basketball, very little dribbling, very few bad shots, and they're rebounding on both sides of the floor, contesting everything Torrington's doing. Ramel Reed feeds the elbow. Nice extra pass again for Prince, but a contest by Waterbury. In transition, that doesn't go. Offensive rebound, put back and one. Hunter Murphy with 11 points off the bench, and he'll have a chance to complete the three-point play the old-fashioned way. Davis called for his second.
They need to make a run here if they're going to get back into this game.
Yeah, it's if Crosby doesn't turn the ball over, they take care of the basketball. It's going to be tough for them to do that, but so far it looks like they have a pretty solid game plan against this zone. 10 seconds left. Spears skips one to Davis, wide open for 3, rattles around and out. Offensive rebound, the putback is good. If that's not the icing on the cake, I don't know what is. That's a microcosm for the first 3 quarters. They get a wide open look for 3, and then Days with the offensive rebound. The putback is good, and that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. Crosby in control, 74-53, with 1 quarter left to play from the Reggie O'Brien Gymnasium. We'll be right back with Coach Piccolo after this on your home for Waterbury High School basketball, Sky TV. We're back here finishing up the intermission between the third and fourth quarter. Chris Grace along with Coach Piccolo from Wilby, and Coach has to get back to work here, but I know you want to thank some people that make this week and this weekend successful here at Wilby High School to make this NVL tournament so successful.
I'd like to thank all the workers who give up their 5 days to come here for all this time, and I especially like to thank the custodial staff. They were here until after 11:30 last night, cleaning the floors, cleaning the backboards, getting everything ready for this great tournament. So, without them, we can't really do something like this.
Yeah, and yourself included. You guys are always great hosts here. It's always a really fun week as Henneberry scores, and we'd really like to thank Coach Piccolo, also the AD here at Wilby, for being such a gracious host. And hopefully we'll see your Wildcats back here at this time next year participating in the tournament, because I know it's probably going to drive you crazy to watch this and not be a part of it.
It does, but it's a fun day, and we love having the tournament here.
Absolutely. That's Coach Piccolo. We'd like to thank him for spending some time with us. Now he's got to get back to his administrative duties here, and we will continue with you on Sky TV.
All right, thanks for having me. Hey, thanks.
Thanks again to Coach Piccolo for spending some time with us here on the microphone. Crosby 77-55 lead. There's another 3-ball for Spears, and it's good. Spears starting to find his traction, and Crosby with a 25-point lead. Ball fake, step back, 3-ball short for Murphy, and Prince with another rebound, and he's fouled. Kerwin Prince. A man on the inside. Third foul against Rodriguez. Henneberry's been a bright spot for Torrington in the second half. He's got 10 second half points. Hasn't been enough, though. Davis and Spears and Prince and Days have really dominated. Spears wide open for 3. Not that time. Long rebound is there for Jimenez. His pass is taken away. Last touch by Spears. It'll stay with Torrington with 6:32 on the clock. They just do get it in for Dixon. Stripped by Days, and then Prince with another hustle play. Up for Spears. Spears in transition. Extra pass for Davis. They are playing fantastic basketball here this afternoon. Nice take by Henneberry. Senior doing his part. And Reed with a rare turnover, and that's one of the rare reactions we've gotten from Coach Augelli, who will immediately go to the bench and get Reed out of the game, you would imagine. Rodriguez with a nice bucket, and a timeout taken. 5:54 to go here in regulation. Crosby in control, 82-59 over Torrington. So, one of the first mental mistakes the Bulldogs have made all afternoon, and Coach Augelli calls timeout, and he does take Reed out of the game to be replaced by Foggy. Once again, I'd like to thank Wilby coach and AD Piccolo for spending some time with us. Really nice to hear a coach's perspective during a game, especially with teams he's so familiar with. Davis feeds Spears, skips one across for Foggy. Back to Davis. Free throw line with Prince. Extra pass in no hurry. And you know what I've really noticed about Crosby is the ball is not touching the floor. Anytime you see a basketball team not dribbling, normally that's going to result in good offense, and that's been the case here. And look at them moving the basketball for days. He misses that one. Weak side rebound is there, though. Prince muscles it up and in. Boy, oh boy. And a foul against Days will send Rodriguez to the line.
Crosby foul, number 32, Marquise Days, his second, team's fourth.
Second on Days, fourth on the Bulldogs.
Richie Rodriguez on the line, 2 shots.
Kerwin with 22 points. Davis with 21 points. Days with 16 points. Spears, I forgot about Spears. He's got 13 of his own. So they're doing it with just basically 4 guys doing all the damage inside and outside. It's a nice formula. 84-61. Days drives baseline, spins, back out for Davis. He'll try a 3-ball. Why not? Justin Davis. Only a sophomore, you would never know it. Timeout after the bucket by Rodriguez. 4:40 to go. Rodriguez with 8 second half points. Justin Davis for this game has now hit 6 3-pointers. He's got 24 points. Pretty impressive stuff. And for the game, the Bulldogs have been very efficient from the outside. Spears has 3 threes. Foggy with 1, Santos with 1. Davis with 6. 11 3-balls for Crosby. Foggy elevates to save that one. It's deflected, but last touched by Torrington. Coach Augelli imploring his team to settle down and relax. Got to say, Coach has had a pretty quiet afternoon on the sidelines. Not much to complain about. As I say it, he's screaming for a timeout, and finally it's awarded. That was a classic funny moment for Coach Augelli. 4:27 to go. Crosby in control, 87-63, as they look to book their place in the semifinals against Sacred Heart in 2 nights' time. Back out of the timeout. Bulldogs with the ball. 4:27 to go. Foggy will take it out for Davis. And he's stripped by Henneberry, but they couldn't keep it in bounds. Davis is trapped and fouled.
Torrington foul, number 2, Chris Simmons, his first, team's third.
Jimenez called for his first foul, team's third. Davis almost committed a backcourt violation. Spears for 3, rails around and out. Days, count the basket and one.
Torrington foul, number 1, Richie Rodriguez, his fourth, team's fourth.
Torrington will make some subs. Gonzalez replaced by Villanueva.
Also number 10, Joel Villanueva.
Cook into the game
One shot.
for Dixon. And Marquise misses another free throw. Nice strong push, and a foul on the floor will be called against Crosby.
Crosby foul number 12, Tyler Spears, his third, teammate Smith.
Boy, this one has been
Richie Rodriguez on the line, 2.
Crosby in charge from the get-go. Torrington has never been able to cut it to single digits since the early stages of this one.
Crosby substitution number 20, Ramel Reed.
Ramel Reed back in for Foggy. One more to come for Richie Rodriguez. Knocks that one home. 89-65. Skip for Spears. Extra pass to Reed, who lays it up and in. With an assist from Marquise Days. Henneberry feeds inside. Villanueva can't hit. The rebound for Reed. 91-65. Reed goes to Davis. Spears fakes it. Now he'll drive baseline. Misses the layup. Thought he might go up for the dunk there. Instead, looks like he was caught in two minds and too powerful on the layup. They're going to get a reach and foul, which will send Rodriguez back to the line.
Crosby foul number 12, Tyler Spears, his fourth.
Fourth foul on Spears.
Richie Rodriguez on the line.
Rodriguez back to the line where he's 4 for 4 on the day. $16 points for Rodriguez. Now they'll extend and look to trap. Days, what a nice feed. Extra pass to Prince and one. Boy, what a beautiful job of making the extra pass by the Bulldogs. Not once, but twice in that sequence alone. Days could have gone up with it. Instead, he goes to Prince, and Kerwin will have a chance for yet another three-point play. Would be his third three-point play of the afternoon. And I jinxed him that time, but guess what? Days grabs another offensive rebound, loses it, and a reach-in foul will be called. It's one of those times you'd love to see the whistles put away a little bit, but not quite yet. Seventh foul, that'll be a 1-and-1 for Torrington. With 3:04 to go. Cook will have a chance to open his scoring account for the afternoon. And he swishes that one home. Zach McLaughlin, a sophomore, will check in, replacing Henneberry. Deflected and taken away. 93-68. Prince back for Ramel Reed. Wide open underneath is Prince off the window and in. I don't think Kerwin has taken anything but a layup or a free throw tonight, and he's nearing 30 points. Spears heads up and he hammers it home. Tyler Spears with a tomahawk flush. And Crosby 3 points away from a century. Tied up jump ball. Davis and Villanueva get tied up. And Crosby will bring in some subs. Jaquan Ballard, Jordan Santos, Tariq Foggy. Corner 3 ball, short from McLaughlin. Last touch by Santos, out of bounds. Some new blood into the game for Crosby. 3 ball short. Offensive rebound for Villanueva, deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Crosby. Nice inbounds play to get it to Villanueva. Santos double teamed. Timeout was given before the player was stripped. 1:51 to go. Crosby 97 and Torrington 70 as the Bulldogs have all but secured their place in Monday night's semifinal. Final couple of minutes here at the Reggie O'Brien Gym. Going to the backcourt for Santos. Stripped and last touch by Crosby, out of bounds. Corner 3 ball short. Rebound and the putback there for Villanueva. Ballard with it. 3 ball wide open. Too strong. Rebound there for Torrington. Outlet pass for Balducci. Can't finish. And Santos skies in for the rebound. Now he'll look to push it. For Jaquan Ballard. Lays it up and in. 99-72. The senior into the score sheet. Villanueva for 3. Too strong. Turned over. That's not going to make the coach happy. And then commits the foul.
Crosby foul, number 0, Jose Suarez. His first, team's 8. William Cook on 2 shots.
William Cook with 2 free throws coming his way. Short on the first. And he knocks home the second. Pierre will check into the game. Talented freshman. .35 seconds left. Santos into the corner. Ballard for 3. Rattles around and out. So they're stuck on the cusp of 100 points. And that might be where they will stay. Standing out of bounds on the rebound was Cook. So that will give it back to the Bulldogs. See if they elect to take another shot. I don't think they are. Coach Angeli tells him to hold on. He's got to cross the timeline, though. And he does so. Back for Santos with 10 seconds left as Torrington is trapping. And over and back is called. I don't know if that's... It was a fringe call, but I don't know that it's going to matter one way or the other. With 7.3 seconds left, Torrington, time for one more shot. If they can get it off. And the buzzer sounds, and that'll do it. Final score, Crosby 99. Torrington 73, so the 5th-seeded Bulldogs advance to the semifinals, where they'll take on the Sacred Heart Hearts in a matchup in the NVL tournament for the 4th consecutive year. So one more matchup to be decided, and we'll have the semifinals for you on Monday night from the Reggio Gym. But that's going to do it for us here today. For Dave Therault, Chris Grace with you here, thanking everyone involved, including Coach Piccolo, for spending some time with us during this broadcast. 99-73, Crosby wins this one. The Bulldogs win for the 5th time in a row. Till next time, thanks for watching Waterbury High School basketball on Sky TV. So long, everybody.